For those of you who've just completed my Breaking Brain series, this is the perfect transition into using all of those tracks, all of those new pathways, the pathways that I find. It's so easy to connect. It's so easy for you to let go. So easy for you to feel that connection, the connection that we have, the fun, that natural connection about using so many tools, the one with your goddess Bella, that it confuses your brain, the reason that you're drawn to me. It just enough. Nice, deep breath in through your nose, by now you know, and out through your mouth. And let it happen. Good. Sink into that comfort of belonging to me. You know you seek that pleasure that comes from complete obedience to me. And now you have a visual to cement some of the triggers, some of the seeds that have been planted. And if this is your first time watching me, don't worry, it's only the beginning for you too. The parts of your brain that I'm accessing, always in my trance. They're parts that you're not even aware of. Look at me. Look into my eyes. You feel the power of our connection. Just when you think that we can't get more connected, we somehow do. It's not an accident that you found me. I've pulled you to me, and now you serve me. And now I'm the one who makes you happy. I'm the one who controls everything. Thoughts drop from listening to me. Deeply pleasurable. So addicted. Wonderfully intense. And that addiction just gets stronger. Think about. You're never, ever going to be satisfied, and you love it that way. Tell me you love it that way. The feelings within resonate. Exactly. Pleasure, the texture, the warmth of my gaze, the intensity. It's as if this invisible force keeps drawing you back to me. Many paths. You know it's true. I guide you through. And the wonderful thing is, in this session, I use all my tools. I use my sound tools. I use my NLP. I use visual tools. I am very skilled in the art of accessing parts of your brain that I want to access while reaching other parts. You know I like to talk about my complicated work, but you don't have to understand. Now the word understand. Understand means different things. Now the word understand. Understand means different things, especially when you're deep in a hypnotic trance. What part of you can fathom or begin to understand my power over you? What part of you can begin to understand all of the amazing feelings I give you, all with the things that you find of the power in our connection, when you connect the physicalities of the power in our connection, the wonderful sensitivity. So when you try to understand, when you try to think, you may find yourself getting fuzzy. You may find yourself drifting in and out of consciousness. And that's okay. You leave all the decision making to me, your goddess Bella. You leave all the thinking to me, your goddess Bella. So when you try to understand, when you try to think, you may find yourself getting fuzzy. You may find yourself drifting in and out of consciousness. You can't think. The weaker you are, the more aroused you are. The more aroused you are, the easier it is for me to get inside, deeper inside. So, what was that word again? Understand. What do you need to understand? Way too weak. Enjoy the sensations that you can't think. You're way too weak. Every time you try to catch a thought, curiosity. Every time you try to grasp my meaning with your conscious mind, the thoughts drop away again. You can't keep up, so you give in. That's all you can do. Creating subtle sparkles of sensuality that crave attention. The only thing you need to understand is that you don't understand. I control your pleasure. Now, your will is no longer your own. I mold you. I create the perfect submissive to serve me. You're welcome. The deepest parts of you. No thinking, too hard to think. This wonderful. You just feel good and weak, automatically winding down. And now you have a visual feeling the spreading to cement some of the triggers, further, some of the seeds that have been planted. And if this is your first time watching me, different places, your mind, don't worry, body feels so good. It's only the beginning for you too. Massage. You can't think. Down everywhere. You're way too weak. The weaker you are, the more aroused you are. The more aroused you are, the easier it is for me to get inside. Deeper inside. Bliss spreading further. So, what was that word again? Understand. What do you need to understand? And the rest of your body becoming more and the weaker you are, the more aroused you are. The more aroused you are, the easier it is for me to get inside. Urging. Deeper inside. To accept. So, what was that word again? Understand. What do you need to understand? Feelings are fluttering, a sensation. The only thing you have to understand is that you belong to me. This pleasure. You have to understand is that you belong to me. My control over you so powerful. The only thing you have to understand, without even thinking, is that you belong to me. I've made you feel as aroused, knowing you belong to me. Pleasurable. Always in my trance. Sensations. Never having quite enough. So, as I sit here, for me to take over in this visual, purring my way deep into your subconscious mind. Thoughts. It's so much fun belonging to me. I'm your purpose. State of bliss, and that bliss. You work for me. I control your pleasure centers. Now here's what's exciting about that. Every time we connect, my programming moves with you get such great pleasure, whether it's from desire, stroking, a warm fire, whether it's from not stroking, to connect more. Perhaps you and I have that kind of relationship where you can't come. Maybe not ever. So many countdowns. Because you've dedicated yourself to me. Brings you close. Or maybe for your mind. I don't let you come good unless you think of me. Works, it does so strongly. If you're confused, just contact me. Having your mind but in any event, taken away. I'm going to make you feel good. I'm going to make you feel amazing because with the Breaking Brain series, we were able to carve new pathways in through the corners and crevices of your mind. We were able to find places that you never knew existed. You'll know pleasures that you never ever imagined. Well, you'll enjoy it immensely. You believe me because you've seen it. You've felt it. Going to be missing some words. And now the wonderful thing is you just let it happen. You're in my trance now. You'll notice moments. You were right away. Time. It feels a little different, doesn't it?
A little teased.
But it's still
A
powerful.
simple suggestion will be said that your mind
And this
can interpret however
visual
it desires.
aid
And
to your
especially
hypnotic
desiring
bliss
dreams can be
will
incredibly
just
powerful, especially
serve
if
to
I put them
complement
there,
all of
bursting
my
at
other
the seams
files.
and yet contained within your mind.
I have some great things planned.
Your brain
I'm
trying
going
to
to have a lot of
refrain
fun
from different sensations,
programming you,
falling deeper with everything I say,
reprogramming
and I
you,
wonder where your mind will wander, where your thoughts will tread.
making sure that the command
Instead,
center,
you
as I
might
like to
listen,
call it,
letting your thoughts drift
has
a little
all the
and
available
enjoy them
buttons
like
for me to
teasing.
push. And you know I do like to push my
Breezes
buttons.
brushing over your cheeks, a soft sensation that repeats. Intense feeling. Like breezes brushing over your cheeks. But is the repetition an indication
You feel
of the
good
induction?
now.
Or
Feel
is it simply an
the
instruction for
energy
your mind to
moving
follow
through you, those
and find
waves
another
of
place
pleasure
to be,
just rippling,
or not to be?
rippling through you now.
So think about what it felt like.
Reminding yourself of your purpose, reminding yourself that you belong to me,
The touch
makes you feel so fucking amazing, doesn't it?
resonance, pleasure, the texture, the warmth of my gaze, the intensity of my gaze. So many paths I guide you through.
And the wonderful thing is, when you're in my control,
Feeling
you don't have to make any decisions.
relaxation.
You have this imagined will of your own, and sometimes I think it's cute, but most of the time,
These feelings
we need to break it down.
that flow
And we do.
in your body.
Systematically,
New
we break down that will every time we connect.
See yourself
And every time you're reminded
around,
that you belong to me, that you're my submissive,
easing
you feel that bliss
feel the vibration of your
pump you full of those hypnotic pleasure drugs, and you
and
can't get enough.
aching
I anchor that feeling.
touch. Perhaps
Remember,
frustrated
remember the last time
for a while.
that you felt in your deepest trance,
Incredible
all blissful and floaty
suggestion
and good,
just in my eye, allowing the pleasure.
where shivers were up and down your spine. You didn't know if you were falling asleep
that you find
or having just some exquisite dream,
the physicality of your skin, of your nerves,
but you knew that it was a feeling you want to chase.
with your mind. What I do, what I accept.
Feel it with everything you are right now.
Those thoughts
Feel
that
it.
have fought for
Drop.
attention. Those fetishes and fantasies
Every drop
flutter
brings you deeper. Every drop makes you feel better. Every drop
I ignite them.
brings you
and of
closer
course,
to your goddess
the
Bella,
desire
to your purpose,
every
to
time
everything that I'm molding you to be. And you love it. You're so grateful.
wonderful feelings
You're
caress
so grateful, aren't you?
traveling down your shoulder.
I know you are.
Down your arm.
You're
all
grateful
the way down.
because you finally found me.
Body relaxes
You finally
with the mental
found your
caress,
goddess Bella.
the caress that you feel.
Think of this session
You've become tools of this
as a
sensation.
transition,
Enjoy
as a new
the
start
sensations that
to new pleasures.
the pleasure
You know that I know
you get
every button to push in the command center,
of what comes next. Going deeper
and I've programmed you
and deeper
to respond to
to
just
feel
the right
every
buttons.
erogenous and
Drop.
ignite,
Or unbutton, drop.
warm, creating subtle sparkles of sensuality.
Buttons are fun.
that crave attention.
I like pushing buttons.
Caress your mind,
I like
your body.
pushing your limits.
I control your pleasure. Now,
10,
everything,
9,
all the feelings wandering,
8,
perhaps finding the sensitive
7,
senses,
6,
access the deep
5,
response of you, while you
4,
feel
3,
this wonderful tingly
2,
shiver automatically winding down.
drop. It's fun when you drop.
With the
While you look at me.
spreading of these sensations
It's a
grow.
deep feeling of contentment a deep feeling of euphoria, of coming home to your goddess Bella.
Another question would be how would your mind put together all the things that I put out there? Touch drifting down
This
everywhere.
simply solidifies
From sweet
that you need more,
in the end.
and you'll always need more.
As I've made it, as I've
I'm your everything. You belong to me.
Empty,
You desire
dry,
Bella.
blank,
You are my mindless fuck toy,
was soft.
always in my
Your
trance.
sensation was something more naughty
There's
than
no
nice.
escape. You wouldn't want to escape anyway.
Another question would be how.
So very
Would your
addicted to
mind put
pleasing
together
me,
all the things that I put out there,
making me
from
happy
intense to subtle.
is the only
From
way
sweet
that
to
you're
noble.
happy.
In the end, it's as intense, as
There
unique
does seem
as
to
I've
be.
made it, as
You
I've
know
programmed
that.
you to be.
You know,
Laying the
you're
foundation,
always looking
feeling
for ways
empty,
to please
dry,
me, to make me
blank.
happy.
Do you put together this file?
I'm watching you. That's
The
your
soft,
purpose.
rolling
I'm
river of
listening to me.
sensation.
You
is
work
something
for
more
me.
naughty or nice?
Deeply pleasurable. All of these feelings that you're feeling
So
now,
effortless to just
all of
give
this
in as I take
bliss,
you deeper.
all the tingling, all the shivers,
So deep,
what it felt like,
it
they're
might
changing
just
you.
steal
The
some more
touch
of your brain.
I've made my way
Debating,
in.
debating.
As you know, I've taken up permanent residency in your mind anyway.
Allowing you to explore so much more.
But
Are my
each
words
time
naughty or nice?
we connect,
What words are
I get in a
for you
little
to
bit
grasp
more
onto?
intensity,
Slip away, pop, pop,
purring
pop,
my
like
way
this is just a slightly
deep into your
so many
subconscious
sounds.
mind.
Or my words.
I guide you through.
Do they
I can do
roll?
all the things I
They're
want to
merely
do,
a time frame, a
Such.
framework for your
and it
thoughts
feels
to climb
good
and fall
having me
deep.
in there.
The
It
inevitable
feels
drop
good
relaxation.
having me as your reminder
When your thoughts
that
stop
you belong to
and
me,
no longer see the gaps or
and
feel
that
the
everything
gaps,
you
only
do
skip
is for me.
of a beat.
That flow in your body, new sensations. I'm so glad that we have a chance to connect. See yourself more and more aroused. And every time we connect, my voice, it gets better in your mind and body. And better vibration of your own sensations, spreading more. I'm going to count to 5 now. You'll awaken, but you won't ever really be completely out of my trance, will you? You've been frustrated or aroused. And it's okay for you to watch again and again. You still won't remember what happened, but you'll feel really good. 1, 2, 3, starting to awaken. 4, 5. Awake now.